Well, thanks for coming. Obviously, excited about start of the season. Guys look good. I think they're ready to play some games. You beat up on each other, and they get a little bit sick of it. But practice has been going really good. And unfortunately, we're dealt a tough blow with Eric Curry. You don't want to talk about injuries too much, but that one does hurt us. So we need to overcome that. But I think we'll be able to do that. So excited about this group. They've been really, really easy to coach so far. Questions?
How do things change with expectations now? I mean, last year was a nice season, but there were no real expectations from the outside.
Yeah.
Now that there are expectations, how does that change the dynamic?
Well, you don't want to say it's irrelevant because certainly it's there. But I tell our guys, no disrespect to, the people who pick fans, media, but we were picked 13th last year, and we showed that all that talk is irrelevant. Well, it's the same thing this year. Some got us picked towards the top. None of it really matters. At the end of the day, if we let our play do the talking, none of it will really matter. But that is hard. And I've worked very, very hard to show them examples in the offseason about human nature. There's the expression in the book that we read them, The Winner Within, Pat Riley, and it's called The Disease of Me. And, Riley talked about his early years, one of his first seasons, I think they won the title, and there was no expectations, and then they all come back, and Magic Johnson, all this, and there's expectations, and that disease of me creeps in. We can't allow ourselves to do that. Last year was easy. It was nobody thought we were going to do anything, and it was not real hard to get them to band together. This year will be a challenge, and but that's obviously my responsibility, and it's exciting to deal with.
Just having two upperclassmen like Mason and Murphy, does that help that a little bit, you think?
That's the key. The key is if the players can step up and talk to the younger guys. It's amazing. Like Isaiah Washington, I kept telling him over and over again, Isaiah, you're not practicing hard enough. He comes in today, and I see him, and he's got this big smile on his face. And I said, what's with you? And he said to me, I had a great talk with Nate last night. And I said, about what? He said, about me playing hard. And I said, well, I've been telling you that every day. But it's something about the teammates doing it, those older guys doing it. It's a lot different. So if I thought the turning point last year for our season was we lost 5 in a row in the conference, and I remember the players took ownership and obviously, won 8 in a row after that.
That relationship with Nate and Isaiah, it goes off the court as well, like you just mentioned. How quickly did you kind of notice the bond?
Well, Isaiah is a very, very likable kid, fun-loving, fun to be around. Likes, he's integrated himself into the locker room extremely well. Has his Jameer and Hunt and Motts, but yeah, they hang out a lot, and it's good to see Nate trying to teach him because Isaiah's got a lot of talent, but he has no idea really what he's doing right now, like most freshmen at this stage. So when you can get, like I remember Joey King much with Murphy, when those older guys can help the younger guys, it's important. And it's not about who's stealing what minutes or whatever. I mean, it's about just helping each other out for the betterment of the team. And to Nate's credit, he's really done that, and Isaiah's been very receptive to it.
I think you wrote that Isaiah's first little jelly finger roll got blocked, and
yeah.
I assume that brought a smile to your face. Has he been bringing that back still?
There's only one way to learn, right? You got to get burnt by it. You got to touch the pan or whatever, and you feel it, and then you stop doing it. But yeah, it brought great joy to me. I like seeing that. I was happy. I might have said, get that out of here. But I don't want, during the regular season, I don't want it to happen. But right now, let's block them all.
So how does a Minnesota coach go to New York and pull one of the top recruits?
Well, Kamani has known him for a long time. And Kamani used to be an AU coach. He had developed a great relationship with him then, and then just took time. We started recruiting him early. And, we've got Dupree, obviously, is from New York. Isaiah's from New York. And I think the New York kids come here, and they, some want to stay home, some don't. And sometimes getting away from home, you get some of the distractions out. So I think with Isaiah, he thought there was some value to that.
How early did you start working on him? Early high school?
Sophomore year. Yeah, we recruited him early. I remember Kamani had us go kind of off-site AAU program, and he told me, let's go see this young kid play. And, as a coach, when an assistant coach says, I got a really good sophomore you're going to be excited about, you don't get excited about sophomores. You get excited about seniors. But I was excited when I saw him.
You clearly have a very different style than PJ Fleck, speaking of excitement. He's obviously more rah-rah, you're more chill. What's your relationship with him, and how
Thank
have
you.
you been able how have you been able to help each other out?
Yeah, we're very good friends. He lives very close to me, although I just moved to get away from him. But we're still close. We are different, and that's not a bad thing. And I do think that there's a lot of things that he's taught me, you know, from a running a football program standpoint. I've never seen anybody more committed to their culture, their way than him, and he believes it through and through. So to see that belief, that confidence is great to see. You know, and there's things I'm sure he sees with our program because, like you said, we are totally different, and there's some things we can take from each other. But we like bouncing ideas off each other. He comes to a lot of our practices. When he can hang out, we hang out a lot. Heather and him, and my wife and him. So we're real good friends, and I just think that his belief in what he's doing is what really impresses me about him. You know, he's got a great belief.
Spent a lot of time talking last season about Lynch, making sure that he stayed out of foul trouble. Is that even more important this season without Curry right behind him to make sure that you know, he's not sitting for half the first half? Or
it's very important. Our Creighton scrimmage, Murphy and Lynch really played well. I don't remember the stats, but they were really good, like 24 and whatever it was. But they would have been on the bench because they would have been in foul trouble. So none of that would have mattered. You know, like I think Murph had 2 fouls within 10. He would have sat. I would have sat him. Well, Lynch is the same way. If those guys, if they don't play smarter, they're going to put us in a bind. And Reggie, as much as he wants to say that he's getting fouls because of shot blocks, I don't think that's where he's getting the bulk of his fouls. The bulk of his fouls are when he gets tired and gets a little bit undisciplined. So if I think he does that, he'll cut down on the other things.
What did Murphy learn from last year? Because it started off, obviously, there were some rough spells coming off a really good year, and then improved. What did he learn from that whole experience, do you think?
I think that every player, right, as they go into a season, there's thoughts about how they can improve their offensive game. That's natural, right? That's what they think about. And he started to understand that if he focused on rebounding, all the other points and stuff would score. And he started to figure out, okay, this is where my bread is buttered. This is where I can go get offensive rebounds, extra possessions, and those things, and not worry about jump shots. Because every big guy is told by whoever it may be, just not Murph, or, oh, if you could step out, you could shoot the 3, you could do this, you could play in the NBA. Well, sometimes just being really good at what you're really good at can also do that. But I think he's expanding his game. And he's looking really good. He's scoring in a variety of ways, and he's still a load to keep off the glass. He's really hard to block out.
Back to Reggie defensively, there was a point last year when you talked about how he blocks a lot of shots, but he's still not a great defender. Can you expand on that? I mean, obviously there's different ways of defending, being a high-level defender.
I'm going to hold back because I'm in a good mood on Reggie, and he's standing right there. But I think that Reggie is an elite shot blocker, as good as anyone out there, but I think there's improvement with other things, you know, and I always equate him to he's a great home run hitter. You know, we don't need you to be Barry Bonds all the time, right? We need you to put the ball in play sometimes. You're not always going to block shots. I think Reggie's rebounding has greatly improved. His pick and roll defense is so important. His running of the court, all those things. It's kind of like, you know, like I told Murphy, if he can focus on other things besides blocking shots, I think he can play in the NBA. I really do. If he can continue to run the court at a speed that those NBA guys run, if he can defend ball screens, if he can defensive rebound, get offensive rebounds, he's got the size to do it.
Isaiah, how many minutes do you think he's sorry, back here? Isaiah, how many minutes do you think he's ready for right out of the gate here?
It just depends on the game. You know, I mean, he's got the talent to do it. He played 16 against Creighton, did a lot of good things. But sometimes with young guys, the more minutes they play, their habits can get you a little bit. So it's just a matter of we've got 5 starters who know how to play in Big Ten games. So once he learns how to do those things, he's got the talent to do it, which is really good.
For as long as Devontae's been here, he still hasn't played in a regular season game. Do you get the sense that he's starting to itch to, after the injuries and the red shirt and everything, that he's itching to get back out there?
Yeah, every time he touches the ball, he shoots it, and I always tell him, "You're making up for lost time here, Tay. Let's be patient." But he looks good. He looks physically very healthy. But there's still rust, right? I mean, 2 years of not playing, there's still rust. And we've been very, very patient with him. But he looks good. He had 6 rebounds off the bench versus Creighton. Did a lot of good things. He's physically moving well. So now it's just getting him. We've been playing him at the 4 a lot, and I kind of like that. But I know he's eager to get going, and he deserves it. He's a great kid who works his butt off.
And he's fully healthy now, right?
Yeah. Fully ready to go.
I think you had some injuries early. Are you getting healthy?
Yeah, we're good now. We were bad for a while there, and I guess the benefit of Dupree, Reggie, Devontae, those 3 guys were not cleared from a contact standpoint. So what it did was it forced me to get a lot of shots up, which is a good thing. You can never shoot too much, and put in our offense and really dummy a lot of that offense without defense, which sometimes as a coach, I think I rush too much to play 5-on-5, so it forced me not to do that. And I think that our offense has benefited because of it. And we got plenty of time. Our preseason is probably a little bit too long anyway, so it's probably a good thing.
All 3 cleared now?
Yes. Yep. They were all cleared versus Creighton, whenever that was last week. So we're fully healthy.
Are you looking for Coffey this season to be a little more assertive, to shoot a little bit more, and to maybe create more of his opportunities?
He played, I don't know how many minutes versus Creighton. I don't remember. SID would know. No. Okay. But he shot 2 shots in the first couple minutes, and he did not shoot the rest of the game. That's not – we can't have that. He is a very, very good scorer. Not to mention he's a very good passer. He's shooting in practice in the fall. He's shooting about 67% from the field. But Bakari has shot more shots than he has. We need him to shoot more. Part of that's on me to find him more shots, but part of it's on him is just finding the shots within the offense. If he does that, we've got a really, really balanced attack. But, I think he's been such a good passer for so long that he needs to understand that we need you to be the most complete player. If he does that, he can play for a long time.
Play different positions. I know
Who?
Amir.
Yeah.
Where do you see him at?
It just depends on the other guys on the court. So, I mean, he's going to play in ball screens. Positions don't – the one great thing about the NBA right now, it's moving into positionless basketball. So nobody can tell us about, I want to play this, this, or this. Go look at the NBA. Chris Paul just went to the Rockets. Chris Paul is a point guard, and James Harden's a point guard. Figure it out, right? And what I do like about our team is I think we can figure it out. Amir can play a bunch of different positions and be very versatile that way.
Couple more with Isaiah and Nate. Obviously fans want to see them playing together.
I don't normally run my game plans of what the fans think.
But, how much
Traditionally, we don't do that.
How much do you think they can play together right away, or is it a matter of, like you said, Isaiah kind of learning?
The way I look at it is Nate, because Nate is a senior, Nate can absorb multiple positions from a playbook standpoint. That's really the way I look at it. So it just depends on how other guys are playing, more than anything.
Against Green Bay, can you tell us a little bit about the process
Yes.
of putting that all together so quickly?
So it's exciting because we had, when the NCAA allowed that, we thought about, okay, well, how can we, because it's a logistics standpoint of when you can play it, who do you want to help? I thought Puerto Rico, because I've been here 4 years, we've been twice, and I really, really liked it. So it kind of breaks your heart to see what's going on there and still what's going on there. It's not been fixed. I mean, I think I saw 80% of the island still doesn't have power. So we got fond memories of Puerto Rico. So if we can help out in any little way, we want to do that. So we're grateful that the NCAA allowed it. I'm excited about the game. Green Bay worked. That date worked. I think they're a good opponent. I don't know much about them. I know he does a really good job, their coach. But I think more than anything, it's a really good way for our fans and our community to show that giving side of it. And they get to come out and see the team. And I love the fact that we're playing in the PAV because it's a different environment. I think that'll be cool. So my biggest thing is I want to pack that thing. I think it's about 5,000 fans. Let's fill it up. There's no excuse not to, because 100% of it goes to helping Puerto Rico. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. So grateful that the NCAA allowed us to do that.
Was that already in the works before the KU Missouri thing, or did that kind of, did you see that?
I think we saw it, and we weren't sure, are they going to allow it or not? So we heard, our conference emailed all of us and said, okay, you can do this. So then we jumped on it right away to say, okay, who can we play? Who can we give to? I wanted to find a specific thing to give to, and I thought Puerto Rico was a no-brainer for us.
How much did Michael Hurt benefit from playing internationally over the summer?
I think it helped, and he played for Larry Brown, right? I mean, how do you not learn under a terrific, terrific coach like that? So I talked to Coach Brown afterwards, and I mean, he's as sharp as any coach I've ever talked to. So Michael got really good reps there, and he's playing well. He's coming along. He's a smart player. He's in really good shape. It just takes time more than anything. But I love where he's at. He continues to work, live in the gym, and I think he'll help. All right, thank you.